What happens after death? A question that no one has the answer because those who have the answer are already dead. But still, many philosophers, scientists, and religious texts have tried to explain what really happens after death. So, today in this video, we will analyze different theories given on death and find out what is really true and practically possible. Or we can also say that what suits your mindset because everyone has a different thinking and perspective about death. But at the time of death, do we actually have that capability of thinking or using our brain that what was told to us about death was true or not? Because from a scientific standpoint, a death marks the end of all the biological functions of the body, where the heart stops beating and the brain shuts down and dies with us. Without brain, how we will analyze or think of anything, which means it's over. There is nothing after this. The person is now in deep sleep forever, in which they can't breathe, can't feel anything, can't dream, and even can't wake up. Soon his body organs will start to decay, and after some times, only skeleton will remain. That will also decay in some years. But some thinkers and scientists even believe that our soul and consciousness still exist, independent of our physical brain or body. Because when studies were performed on the dying brain in animals and humans, a strange thing was found. It was observed that there were sudden spikes in electrical activity of the brain just before the death. Why this thing happens still remains unanswered, but it is believed that it is the brain's final attempt to process information it has gathered in its lifetime. From here, things go beyond science. As there is no proper answer for this, we have to now rely on philosophy and different religious texts. Suppose this sudden spike in electrical activity of the brain is the transition of physical body to the soul. I am not saying that this thing is true, just assume it, that the soul exists and it is ready for the journey after death. Then it totally depends on which religion you belong to. Like Abrahamic religions, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism describe life after death as a reward or punishment depending on how one lived their life on earth. His soul is sent to hell or heaven accordingly. But Hinduism and Buddhism have different views on the life after death. They speak of reincarnation, a cycle of birth, death, and then rebirth until one achieves enlightenment. The rebirth can occur in various forms, including human, animals, or even celestials, based on their karma. But what about those who are atheists, those who don't follow any religion, or those who have changed their religion? Or what about the time when religion did not exist in this world? Humans were here in this world long before any religion was discovered. What happened to them when they used to die? There is no proper answer for this. These sayings only provide comfort that death carries a meaning, but only to those who believe in particular religion. If we closely observe, it is a good thing actually, because the fear of fate after death forces people to follow the path of goodness. But the question is that how many people actually follow what is taught in their religion? That is why philosophers like Socrates had a deep thinking on significance of death. For Socrates, death can be either a dreamless sleep or a chance to meet the gods, both of which should be acknowledged by humans. Some philosophers even believe that soul might not be entirely tied to the physical brain. If the body dies, soul exists independently. It doesn't even need a human body. It could exist even after the death, in the ways we can't even understand. They believe that soul might be a part of the universe fabric and it is immortal. Imagine there is a balloon filled with air. Even if the balloon pops, the air doesn't disappear. It spreads out in the atmosphere. Similarly, when we are alive, our soul is inside us, like the air in the balloon. But if we pop, means that when we die, our soul might not vanish. It will get released in the world. Now you can do whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go in this universe. But you can't touch or feel anything, and no one will be able to see you. You will be completely invisible. People who had a near-death experience, those who have miraculously came back from death, or those who have wake up from coma after a very long time had a very different perception on death. They often report seeing bright lights and feeling intense peace. Scientists and doctors explain these things as the brain's response to the lack of oxygen, while others see them as the possible evidence of an afterlife. If you want to know more about the people's experience in the near-death experience, you can watch this video. Some modern theories and great scientists like Albert Einstein suggest that death might not be the end, but a transition to a new dimension, like some parallel universe. Because according to the Einstein theory, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can be transformed from one form to another. This theory implies that while our physical bodies may cease to exist after death, the energy that made us up are never truly destroyed. They transform and continue to live as the part of this universe. Einstein believed in multiverse. He once even confronted widow of his dead friend by saying, "Now he has departed from this world a little ahead of me." This suggests that death may not be the final or linear as it seemed to be. One of the most unsettling possibilities is that after death there might be simply nothing, no soul, no awareness, no you. When the brain is dead, so does our experience of our existence. The concept can be unsettling or liberating depending on how one views it. If there is truly nothing after the death, then there would be no pain, fear, joy, or regret, just complete absence, like the state before a human baby is born. Knowing that suffering will end with the end of life can provide a strange kind of comfort to some people. From all these theories and beliefs, we can say that no one truly knows what happens after death. That is why most of the people lived like the way they want to live, especially in today's world. If it was really known to everyone what happens after death, then the world would be a different place. Everyone might live their lives in a completely different way. Whether you believe in reincarnation, afterlife, or eternal rest, what matters the most, how are we living now? We should view the death as a motivator to live a true and authentic life, embracing the days we have spent and are going to spend in this world, because we don't know that after death we will remain in this world or